Think about what you did 3 Tuesdays ago. Not last Tuesday. 3 Tuesdays ago. A specific moment. What you ate. Who you talked to. What the light looked like when you woke up. You probably can't. And it's not because nothing happened. Something happened. You lived an entire day. You had conversations, made decisions, felt things. And almost none of it survived. Now think about a random afternoon from when you were 7 years old. A birthday party. A car ride with your parents. The smell of a specific room in a house you haven't been in since childhood. That memory is still there. Sharp, textured, almost physical. But last Tuesday? Gone. Your brain had one job. Remember your life. And it is quietly failing at most of it. The question is why? And the answer is going to change how you think about every day you're currently living. Memory researchers have known for decades that the brain doesn't work like a camera. It filters. It chooses. And the filter it uses is not the one you design if you were in charge. In the 1970s, a psychologist named Endel Tulving made a distinction that quietly changed everything we thought we knew about memory. He separated memory into two types: semantic memory and episodic memory. Episodic memory is what you're losing. And it turns out the brain treats it as optional. The brain's primary job is not to preserve your personal history. Its primary job is survival. Memory exists in service of that goal, not in service of your autobiography. So the brain made a rule. If something is new, record it. If something is familiar, don't bother. A neuroscientist at University College London named Eleanor Maguire spent years studying how the brain decides what to keep. The hippocampus is most active during novel experiences. But the moment something becomes routine, the hippocampus quiets down. Your commute? Your usual lunch? The same hallway every morning. Which means most of your days are being deleted in real time. Not after the fact. While they're happening. This is called the holiday paradox. A British psychologist named Richard Wiseman documented it carefully. Vacation feels longer than the same number of days at home. When you're somewhere new, your brain is recording constantly. New streets, new food, new sounds, new faces. Every few minutes something gets flagged and stored. But your average week at home? 3 or 4 things got recorded. Maybe. The week feels like it disappeared. This is why childhood feels so long when you look back at it. Everything was new. Every experience was being recorded for the first time. But here's the part that most people never hear about. The brain doesn't just decide what to record. It also rewrites what it already stored. Every time you remember something, you're not playing back a recording. You're reconstructing it. Your brain rebuilds it from pieces, and saves the reconstructed version back over the original. A psychologist at UC Irvine named Elizabeth Loftus showed people footage of a car accident and asked them questions about it. One group heard, "Hit." Another heard, "Smashed." The group who heard, "Smashed," remembered the cars going faster. They also started remembering broken glass. There was no broken glass. Your memories are not a record of what happened. They are a story your brain is constantly editing. The version you have now may never have been entirely accurate. Researchers studying memory consolidation discovered that most of this conversion happens during sleep. A sleep researcher at Harvard named Robert Stickold found that sleep-deprived people show dramatically reduced ability to form new long-term memories. Not just recall them, but form them. Every night you don't sleep properly, your brain is throwing away pieces of your life that would have otherwise been kept. Your brain is running a filter you never agreed to. It records novelty and discards routine. It rewrites memories every time you access them. It deletes experiences during sleep deprivation. But now that you know how the filter works, You can work with it instead of against it. The brain records new experiences. The way to make your life feel longer and more remembered is to keep doing things for the first time. Not dramatic things. Not expensive things. New things. A different route home. A restaurant you've never tried. A conversation with someone you've never spoken to. Every genuinely new experience is a memory your brain will actually keep. When you look back at a week where something kept happening for the first time, it feels full. A researcher at Cornell named Thomas Gilovich studied what people regret most at the end of their lives. People rarely regret the things they did. They regret the things they never tried. Your brain was always going to delete the familiar. The only question is whether you gave it anything worth keeping. You are living days right now that your brain is quietly deciding not to record. Not because they're bad days. Because they're familiar ones. The sharpest memories you'll carry into old age are being formed right now, in the moments that feel new and slightly uncomfortable and unlike everything you usually do. Your brain is not trying to erase your life. It's trying to be efficient. But efficiency and a life worth remembering are not always the same thing. Think about the last time you did something for the first time. Really think about it. How clearly can you remember it compared to last Tuesday? Comment below, what's the last genuinely new thing you did? Not a big trip. Not a milestone. Just something you'd never done before. I want to know.